Yes, sir.
It's Yersky.
608 motherfucking podcast was happening.
Yeah.
Super fucking excited. I'm here with a fucking very good friend, Camo James, Camo Rose Films.
What's happening?
Amazing artist, videographer, director, editor, musician, father, friend. Just man, bro.
All the above.
And you sexy as hell.
Oh, thank you, but not as sexy as you, boy.
Nah,
Look at
you
those
sexy.
Guys. Nah, you sexy.
Nah, you the sexy
Look
one.
at your beautiful ass, bro. You're glowing. You're like an angel.
I'm gonna turn me up just a wee bit.
All right.
Yes, sir.
It's the vibe.
Yeah, 608, man. You know the vibes. My man is actually, my man's is 815.
Yup. Rockford, Illinois.
Rockford,
McChesney,
Illinois.
Roscoe, all that.
Yep. Shout out to all my Rockfordians. Grew up with a lot of them. You know, growing up in Beloit, it's like Rockford and Beloit, they like cousins and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Rockford's like your older cousin. They get you into all type of shit.
Oh, yeah, on the dark side of the
Yes.
moon.
Yes.
The murky waters.
For real, G. That's crazy. Nah, for real. So, yeah, fucking, man, this guy, met him a couple years ago now.
Yup. 2019, I believe. The end of 2019, right before the pandemic.
My memories are ass, so just maybe shed a little light on how did we meet again?
So I saw you have like a little promo video of like behind the scenes of doing the music video with Matt Nimitz, our good friend and feller.
Which video?
You a legend.
You a legend.
Yes. And I saw that. I was like, man, this guy has energy. He's so creative. I remember hearing his music years ago, and now I see him doing big shit. So I'm going to reach out to him, and I'm going to see if I can shoot a free video for him, man. So that's exactly what I did with you. I hit you up on IG. I was like, hey, man, I see what you're doing. I would love
Safety,
to.
Right?
Yes. So we planned out shooting the music video for Safety, and that was a funny video, bro. So funny story about that. We'll get to that here in a second.
Yeah.
But basically, I reached out to you and I was like, hey, man, I see what you're doing. I want to work with you. I'll do a free music video just to tap in and we can work together and help me build up my portfolio. And that's exactly where it started.
Exactly.
We met up in Madison, and then next thing you know, here we are a couple years later. We're really good friends, and we get to do some amazing shit and create a lot of dope content.
Yeah, and for the record, like when we did meet, which was, what was that,
2019, yeah.
2019 at the end of it, right?
Yep. It was like November, December, somewhere around there.
And then we
were
did the
smoking
Safety
outside.
video like in the summertime, right?
No,
Or
that
like
wasn't.
spring.
That was like.
No, it was winter, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like January, February,
Oh, yeah,
something
that's
like
right.
that.
Yeah, because it was cold as shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. That shit was hilarious because I met Camo James and my man's was like from Rockford.
Yep.
He told me, you told me about your injury, like to your head when you
Yeah, I had
cracked
brain
your head
surgery.
open.
Yeah.
My man's had brain surgery, which is actually, dude, you know my guy Josh with the dreads?
Yeah.
Dude, he had brain surgery too.
No shit.
He has a huge plate in his head too.
Damn.
In the back
I
of
got
his
to tap in with him. So
Yeah, no,
see
for
what
real.
he's
We're gonna have
going
both of y'all on the podcast and talk about that.
Traumatic brain injury
Nah,
shit.
for real. But yeah, so like me and bro linked up. He came to my granny's house in Beloit. My granny was just here. Shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to Granny.
She's a realist. But we shot the video, so I'm like, for the song Safety. It's on my YouTube channel.
Yep.
Check it out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we did the video. And remember, we did it we started early in the morning. We had the whole video done by like noon, and then you were going through the SD card, and you accidentally deleted all the.
Yes, so I was trying to format my card, but I didn't really understand it at the time because I was just starting to get into filming.
That's what I was trying to mention. Is my man had just started video at that time. Really didn't know shit.
Yep.
And then
just learning.
Yeah, just learning.
And I fucked up, bro. I hit the wrong button, and it said delete, and then everything went gone. I was like, bro. So, I just deleted everything we just filmed. You're like, what? And I was like, yeah, we have to go shoot everything all over again. Same spot, same exact way. And it came out way better because we already shot it.
It was like, damn, do we just like call it a day? But it's still like, it's only like noon. So we had the day still.
I said, no, fuck that. Let's go shoot this shit again.
On the real. And I'm glad we did because, I mean, that was the beginning of everything.
Yeah, dude, that was a very nostalgia music video. It has a certain vibe to it, and even at that time, I didn't really know what I was doing. And but it still came out pretty dope.
And it's Beloit for me. That video is Beloit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, and I don't, like I've been up here for over 10 years, and I don't always. I've only done like a few shows in Beloit ever. I got a show there tomorrow night. I'm really excited.
Yeah, dude. That's super lit, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, like having my brother live with me now and us traveling all these different places, and like just a lot of people actually knowing me, bro, and my music. People that I don't even know.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's real. I really start started to feel the culmination of all the energy over the years of all the work we've been putting in, all the music we've been dropping.
Yeah.
Now we're doing this podcast, bro, and I've just seen already with dropping 4 episodes.
Mad love.
Like, and yeah, like, it's a 45-minute video, you know, it's not, it doesn't have tens of thousands of views at this point yet. I'm just getting going with all these ideas I've had for so long, because I got this crib now, and I got this RV, and I can plug it, you know. I was sitting in my driveway. I got
everything you've been manifesting and talking to me about for the last year has come true, and it's going to continue to keep growing and elevating.
And the same for you. Because
man.
you, bro, you're definitely won the Rookie of the Year award when you first came up, and like you have just put in so much work in these 2-3 years, bro. You went so crazy, bro.
I think I have.
The Run It Up Fast video with Taz Raw was insanely dope.
Yeah, make sure you guys check that out, by the way. Taz Raw on YouTube. That music video is super dope. The song is Run It Up Fast.
Straight up.
It's doing numbers, man. Good
man,
vibe.
I'm just so happy for everyone on our team and everything we all been doing. It's so fucking great, bro.
I just love
doing it, bro. We're really doing it.
I love the motivation that everybody in our, our circle that we give to each other, and we always support. There's never hate. There's never negativity. And if we do have like a shitty vibe that day, we help each other lift right back up. Like, hey man, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna get through it. Like, I've been through it. Like, this is what you could do and help each other out. And
not for real.
we're brethren, man. Like, we're family. Like, we're all in this together. We're all trying to be creators. Not even trying, but we are creators. It's in our blood. It's what we do. So, like, when we get together, it's like little kids at a park, bro. You're just, like, super excited. You're having fun. You're not even thinking about it because it's just coming naturally. And it's coming naturally in a form it creates itself as art, you know? Like, not a lot of people can put a song together and come up with words or, like, a certain story, and then you make a vibe, and then people listen to it, and they can relate to it. And then not only that, but they can ride around and, like, escape from reality for a few minutes just by listening to a song with a certain vibe, and it's a beautiful thing. Same thing for videos. You know, when you come up with a really dope concept and a really amazing story, and then you have everything set up perfectly, you're taking your time on preparation for the storyboard, for the coloring, for the lighting, and for the atmospheric vibe that people are going to actually portray and see it and view it as.
Yeah.
And then you actually do it, and the end result is exactly what you thought it was going to be, and you manifest.
If you know what you're doing and where you're going and how to execute, if you have the steps all planned out, that's one thing I've definitely learned working with Matt Nemitz.
Yeah.
Is like, man, we really like locked down. Okay, these are the locations, these are the people, these are the props, these are the colors, this is the lighting setup. We need this many people to hold bounce boards and do whatever.
Yep.
And working alongside a lot of people, honestly, Vinny P. Philly Flyboy, seeing them, because they've all worked with a lot of major artists, and they're from, Milwaukee, Beloit, Janesville, Madison, like True Films. That's my guys out in Houston right now doing this shit. Doing a lot of Rod Wave shit.
Just spread all over the United States
and all that. Yeah, like motherfuckers have It always gets to me when people like say no one's from here has really made it and really done shit, but it's just they don't know, bro, because a lot of the people that I've been doing this shit with for a long time have worked with big artists, huge artists, like the biggest artists in the world, bro. J. Cole's and Kendrick Lamar's and the Migos and the
getting tapped into the industry, man. Just knowing people that are just up there doing what you want to do, and if you see people doing it, that means you can do it too.
Yep. And real shit, bro. Like that's the thing. Like that's why I just said this in the last podcast with Matt. Like the music and the visual arts, it's just such a trippy thing.
Yeah.
Because like, and for me, like, it's like all we're doing, bro, is like feeding you subliminal messages and shit. We're just like feeding your conscious and your subconscious, because when you're watching videos, like while you're cleaning the house, you got it on YouTube and whatever. You're listening to music to get through things, cleaning the house or going on a drive, or just studying or whatever it is that you're doing at the gym. You're listening to music and shit in the background. Because that's what music is. Because it's emotion. It's sounds in motion. They're organized and harmonious, and they're tickling the different emotional chords of your soul and jogging memories and doing all these things to you. And then we're as long as and that's why I like music artists have such a responsibility to say the right things, to feed people's spirits in a positive way.
Absolutely.
Just like we do as friends in our whole circle, how we're all calling each other, we're all like, damn, y'all, you a good looking motherfucker. Damn, bro.
No, you're a good looking motherfucker.
Your ass cold as hell, bro. That video, like, we're always just feeding the positive energy around in the circle, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing you have to do with your messages and your music and your visuals and your art. And like, don't get me wrong, it's not all gonna be positive. Sometimes we gotta express some dark shit.
Exactly.
But overall, if the tone of it is always, you know, it like you can either look at it as a loss or look at it as learning. So no matter if it's a good thing or a bad thing that happened, as long as the ultimate message is that you're learning or is
from
that
it,
you're doing
yeah.
better, or that you're to get better from this dark feeling or this happy feeling or whatever.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's kind of like the concept of like when people feel like they're depressed or something, and it's like it's hard for them to tap into like their outer being of their soul and their mind and their spirituality, to where they can look at it from the outside box of like, this is where I am, this is what I'm doing, I'm not really happy right now, how can I make myself happier? And I think a lot of it has to do with people feel lost and they don't really have a direction and they don't have like a purpose feeling, you know?
And I feel like that also results in like a lack of self-love, because if
Yeah.
you don't know yourself well
Yeah.
enough to know what makes you happy and to have at least some general direction to
Yeah.
walk in, then you probably haven't searched your soul hard or long enough, and maybe you should spend a little bit more time
With
with yourself.
Yeah.
Go into nature. Ask yourself the necessary questions like, am I happy in life? Am I doing what I really love? Do I feel fulfilled? What could I do to feel fulfilled? What could I do to find out what I like? Those are the legitimate questions that people need to ask them.
Yeah.
I did it.
Exactly.
I did a semester right after high school, bro. I did a semester at UW Rock County.
Yep.
So it's like it's a guaranteed on-ramp to a UW school if
Okay.
you want. So, and it was in Janesville, and I was like, you know, out of high school, trying to get out of Beloit. I was like, all right, I'm at least gonna go to Janesville. I got
Yeah.
family there, my dad and my grandparents and shit. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do that, and I did that for a semester. And bro, by the end of the semester, I was just like,
The same for me.
none of this feels right. None of
Yeah.
this feels like it's the right move. Like, yeah, I know I can do this. I ended up actually dropping every class except one, which was like an English course, because it was a pretty basic one that
Yeah.
I knew I could use.
Yeah.
But then I started looking at I literally asked myself, what do I love? Like, if money, like, because I was thinking all these things that were going to make me money, and was like, man, I got to get away from that.
Yeah.
I want to do what I love so I never have to work a day in my life.
Yeah.
I thought about that, bro, for real. I had a $38,000 scholarship to go to Milwaukee School of Engineering. But it was like 50 grand a semester for tuition alone. So it just
Yeah.
like, it was still out of reach a little bit,
Yeah,
because
it
I
was-
didn't
it was
have
a
any
lot.
financial backing or anything. So I literally said, what makes me happy, bro? And I came down with three things. You wanna know what they were?
What's that?
It was, I liked skateboarding,
Yeah.
I liked smoking weed,
Oh yeah.
and I liked making music.
Absolutely.
So I was like, I could go pro at skateboarding. I could open a skate company. I knew I was an entrepreneur, so I'm like, all right, I could kind of do that on the side. That's like a side thing.
Yep.
You know, I don't have to put all my eggs in that basket. I like smoking weed. I started looking up schools where you could like grow weed, learn how to grow weed and do all this shit. I really looked it up. But at that time, not many states were legal and shit. That was like 12 years ago.
Which is absolutely insane.
Yeah. So all that shit, right? And then eventually I was like, all right, making music. There's a lot of schools for music, a lot of education. There's a lot of different avenues. Like, you could be an artist, a producer, an engineer. You know, you could do all types of shit. You could be in work the background scenes and all this shit. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, the music choice seemed to like the most safest, realistic choice that would make me happy, bro. So I looked up music schools, and that's when I found Madison Media Institute. And Madison Media Institute had an audio engineering program, which is what I was looking into at MSOE, but they didn't have that.
Yeah.
That was like the only engineering program they didn't have, because it wasn't a creative arts school.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
It's very
audio
limited.
engineering. It's scientific, but it's also on the creative arts side of scientific. But I went there, and the funny thing is, right, so I go there, and that changed my life, because that's when I moved up here. I never lived up here. I didn't know people up here, none of
Yeah,
that. I
you're
moved
just
from
solo.
Beloit, and I transferred myself in school, and I was actually living with my mom in Milwaukee. She was on the run from the police for like 7 years, and she
No
was just
bueno.
low-key, my mom. But I lived with her and my brothers. Rest in peace to both of them.
Yeah. RIP, baby.
But I was living with them in Milwaukee, and I was driving an hour and 15 minutes to Madison to school the whole first semester. But the gas prices and everything and all the time, I was like, man, I'm just going to get an apartment. So I ended up
Yeah.
getting my first apartment here when I was 19, right downtown, working McDonald's, shit like that. And then eventually Taj got out of prison. Me and him got a crib, so that was my second crib I got. And then we were there for a little bit, working McDonald's, taking
Yep.
3 buses all the way to the east side to go to school,
Yep.
working in the studios. Still, I graduated
Just
still not
grinding.
knowing shit.
Just grinding.
But the thing is, I tapped in with myself, bro.
Yeah.
I asked myself the necessary questions. And because I did, it led me to follow my true passions, my true destiny, and here I am, literally today, right here, doing podcasts, making music, dropping music every month, traveling, literally living the life of my dreams, bro.
Yes,
to be quite honest with you.
And that is an absolutely beautiful thing, man, to be able to have that, you know, that feeling that you found a different route that not everybody else was taking. You know, they took the easy route of going and get that 9 to 5, getting that education in a certain degree to where they're stuck and got the golden handcuffs on them because they wanted a bigger house or a fancier car or more money in the bank. But truly inside, they have nothing. They're like almost soulless because they sold their soul for that lifestyle and they're not even happy doing what they want to do.
And you will literally know when you're doing what you're supposed to do because it'll seem like it's really hard and you have no idea how you're gonna do it, but then somehow the universe just sends to like bend itself out of your way so that you can truly do what you're supposed to do. And it's funny because, you know, me and Mac, we were friends growing up, but we didn't, you know, we dabbled with a little music and like we made a couple raps together back in the day. But we weren't like super serious with anything yet. And then me and him bumped into each other at the water fountain at Madison Media Institute one day. Like I'm getting a drink and Matt's looking at me. He's like, "You go here, bro?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "You go here?" He's like, "Yeah." And he was in the graphic design program and I was in the recording program. But we both went to the same school, didn't even know it, bumped into each other, and that's when me and Mac started clicking up and working again.
Dude.
So it was like destiny, bro.
Everything aligns up.
It was like
for
it
a
was
reason,
destiny, bro. You know what I mean? Because now look at us, bro. Now, like me and Matt are kind of we're like the textbook example. Really, all of us. Me, you, Matt, Taz Raw, Chaos New Money, Trent motherfucking Thayer, my artist Noah, Eli. All of us, we're just like, we're like a fucking... What was I trying to
dynamic duo of just greatness and creators that just do dope shit. And
well, like we're the grassroots. We're the guys that did it from a place that nobody was doing it, and there's no real industry. We're in Wisconsin, bro.
Yeah.
But we're doing it grassroots. Like I feel like Matt's like the Cole Bennett. Like you kind of like both of y'all, really.
Yeah,
like
from my city, no one does what the fuck I'm doing. Like the last music video I did, no one's put shit out like that.
Yeah, you're a little bit different of your own thing, and Matt is too. But like, man, it's just crazy the fucking skill set and the actual capabilities and the level of quality of work that we've been putting out and that we're at right now. Yeah, it just fucking excites me, bro.
Exciting.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
speaking of Matt, like, so I met you, and then after meeting you, I met all these other people, and it's a network of web of just creators and dope people who are doing dope shit that want the same thing of just doing what they love, and which is awesome. And then Matt, I've worked with him a few times on set and like done videos with him, and he's taught me like some of the things that like how to work lighting and how to shoot a certain angle, like how to get this because it has a certain vibe to it, or shoot a certain frame rate or whatever it is. He's just a genuine dude, and he will teach you the ropes so that where you can level up too, and everyone's just leveling up, not being like, I'm not going to show you because I don't want you to take my clients, or I'm not going to show you because I don't want you to level up on my level, then I'm going to be on the back burner. Like, there's none of that in the team that we're working with.
Yeah, that's a cool shit anyways, because it's like, bro, there's plenty out here for all of us. You know, I told Chaos, I was like, bro, you know, because Chaos got AFGM Studios, and we're about to like open it soon. We're finishing up some soundproofing, and then we're like building an entire business independent record label essentially out of the studio. 2 control rooms and a video / photo room,
which is fucking
and
dope.
Doing private events, having VIP packages for people that want to be on like a subscription type of basis where they get a lot of perks. You know, plus I'm jumping into the NFT shit. You know, I've been observing the space for quite some time because the NFTs is gonna allow people to like unlock. It's like the like, you know how when you go to gas stations or certain places you got the rewards cards? Yeah. And you're just racking up points? It's kind of like that, except even better, because the NFTs, it's like you have authenticated access as a VIP member if you own, because you have ownership in our company when you buy an NFT. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
So now it's like you own this NFT, and let's say we made some special fucking grand opening NFTs, holographic gold, fucking cool ass little
something
thing.
trippy.
You know, something raw. You know what I mean? And then, because that's the thing that people think that NFTs is like just about this art and people are just selling it. No, bro. It's way deeper than that.
It's like the value behind it.
It's about what the NFT can unlock. Every NFT is like a key to a door. Yeah. You know, and bro, NFTs and blockchain technology, it's all connected with cryptocurrency, augmented virtual reality gaming, and shit like that. You know, imagine this, right? you have your Google glasses on, and they're logged into Wi-Fi.
Okay.
All right. You're logged into your crypto wallet,
I like
which
it.
has your NFTs in it
All
and
right.
all your cryptocurrencies. And then you're walking down the street past the skate park, and you have the fucking 420 Crew 608 Trace skater NFT,
All right.
holographic skater NFT, first edition,
Yes.
very rare.
Yes.
And then you're walking past the skate park, and in your Google glasses, it projects a digital fucking doorway that says 420 Crew NFT holders only, with the little 608 Trace guy on it. And you walk into this digital doorway, and it's like 608 Trace there. It's like my avatar there interacting with you live, doing like unreleased music, like a little
Yeah.
performance. And then right next to the stage in the digital world, there's a digital clothes rack, and it shows you all the hot new merch that I'm about to drop before anyone else gets it. You have access, and you get 50% off, and you get a free ticket to the show just for walking in the door.
Yeah.
And it was all unlocked in a whole digital augmented reality world through the fucking fact that you own that NFT,
That's a dark arts, baby.
bro.
That's going deep.
The NFTs are gonna allow my trippy motherfucking ass to create super trippy, very personal, interpersonal experiences for each one of my fans, and especially my fans that are like deep in it with me. You know, if you're buying my NFTs, number one, you're deep in the technology space.
Yeah.
At least if you're doing it now. Eventually, a lot more people, it'll be more mainstream.
Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying? So it's like, man, bro, all this shit's gonna come together, bro. AFGM Studios, all the series, the podcasts, the 608 Basements, fucking everything you're doing, everything Matt's doing, everything Taj is doing, Trent motherfucking Thayer's documenting everything.
Yeah,
We're about
dude.
to put the documentary together soon. About to have the grand opening.
Everybody's just getting tapped in,
Ah,
doing what they
fuck.
fucking love, which is amazing.
Praise God, bro. Shout out to the Most High and the ultimate of all creation
Yes.
that is so divine and allows us to see what it really fucking is.
It's almost like you have to get tapped into like a certain frequency to where like you get an out of body experience where you can like look back at like where you are, what the universe has for you, and kind of just navigate like with your best feeling of what you feel inside your soul, and
God?
what you feel inside your body.
God wants us to love ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, like, think about it. If God is all-knowing, the only way God could be all-knowing is if God was everything. And God is everything.
It is.
Everything came from God. It's all one source that created everything. So, at least, that's what I know.
Yeah.
And-
And that's
and-
what I feel too.
And to be quite honest, if that's the fact, that means you are God. And why would God now? Like, look at all around us, all the love and life that just unfurls and bubbles up and procreates and
Yeah.
continues just flowing
Life
into
always finds
reality.
a way.
Right,
Life
exactly.
always finds a way.
So it's like that self-love is the best thing you could do for God. Like I said, the world needs more people that love what they do. You know what I mean? If you love what you do, if you've taken that time to go inside yourself and figure out what
Yeah.
you love, or to try new things to the point where you can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
Like what-
that's, spark that up, G.
Let's do it.
6-Way podcast.
So like one of my favorite things to do, like that is self-love for me, is like you were saying earlier about going out in nature. So not only am I a videographer, filmmaker, creator, and director, I also really enjoy fishing.
Fisherman.
Like going out by myself somewhere deep in the woods where nobody else is at or not many people actually go. And you just get to kind of release your ambition, release your ego, release like what it is to be like a regular human in today's society, and you can kind of tap into that primal side of like, this is what we're really supposed to do.
That's a fact. Yeah, to be honest, I have various forms, right, of how I really tap into myself. And it's usually like an art form, like skateboarding. Because even though I may be skating around other people and shit, I am totally in my own world, in my zone. I'm skateboarding. Or I do art. I paint and draw and
You are
tag.
an amazing artist, by the way.
I appreciate that. Art is this shit is my passion, bro. That's how I see my whole reality, my whole world, absolutely everything, bro. I look through the lens of an artist because it's who I am. It's what I am, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm.
Well, being an artist is like one of those feelings of like just self-expression. Like you're expressing yourself in a way that a lot of people don't really know how to do, but like you're on your emotional side. So like it could be anything like you were saying earlier with like painting or drawing or making videos or whatever. And it has like a unique feeling for it because like it's something that your mind created, that you created with your soul and your body.
Yeah.
That either has not been done before or it's somewhat replicated in a way. But it's not biting someone's style or copying. It's just like you see something cool and it inspires you to do something similar but a little bit different in your own way.
I feel like no ideas are really ours.
Yeah.
They're all just ideas. And
I feel
then we're all just tapping into them.
Yeah, it's like
You know,
a frequency. Like Bluetooth in a way.
Bro, it's like
You just
I
tap
feel
in.
like behind whatever fucking realm this is, whatever spiritual realm or third dimension or whatever the fuck you want to call it,
Yeah.
is the spirit realm, which has everything you can imagine, every thought, every idea, it's like outside of time, right? And the more that you focus on these thoughts and the more that you put these thoughts into the construction of your reality and your manifestations, you're just pulling that thing further and
Yes.
further into reality.
Yes.
That's how, like
That's the form of like law of attraction in a way, but you're attracting the positive because you're giving it out so you're going to get it back.
everyone that's out here woke and shit, everyone that's out here
Woke.
on this everyone that's on this conscious journey, if you really believe these things about, this woke culture,
Yup.
if you really believe the universe gives you what you think about, and thoughts are things, and the law of attraction, and all these various things that we associate with consciousness, then you have to fucking remind yourself that you believe that, and to not let anything else align with anything other than that fucking ideal and methodology. You know
Yeah,
what I
that
mean?
dynamic thought process, like what you truly feel that you're giving your soul out to, like in the world.
You align everything, that's when it flows. That's when you move at the speed of light to your destiny. Is
Yep.
when everything is in a line.
Speaking of everything in a line and destiny and all that, what's your thoughts on
I got it.
what's your thoughts on aliens, bruh?
On aliens?
Yeah. What do you what do you think's
Alright,
happening?
So I'm glad you asked this because I've
Yes.
actually been on a deep dive of ancient cultures and
Yeah,
civilizations lately in the last
the
couple months.
Sumerians,
Oh yeah,
thousands and
the
thousands of
ancient
years
Sumerians, the ancient Egyptians, Atlantis. It's undeniable at this point that some type of ancient culture that existed, maybe even far before the Egyptians or whatever, bro. Like,
Yeah.
we have huge, unexplainable megalithic sites all over the world
ago. They weigh thousands of tons that we
that
don't
are
even have machines this
absolutely
day.
not
Yeah.
possible. Like, we still can't do that right now.
Yeah. With all of our technology.
That's what I'm saying. So
what the fuck?
I honestly feel like at some point, and bro, you're talking about a planet that's billions of years old, bro.
Yeah.
You're talking about thousands of millions.
Yep.
Like, that's a lot of time, bro. Like,
My brain just broke.
yeah, bro. I don't think people realize the depth of that number, like of, like millions, let alone billions and all that shit. So, bro, there could have been like, I mean, number one, I truly believe there's life all over the universe. I mean, it's a never-ending space and time.
You see that photo with that new telescope, bro?
beautiful
That just posted?
beautiful.
All those different galaxies right there that you can see. And
We're
there's
literally-
thousands and millions of them.
It's a web of galaxies. They call them. So there's galaxies, and then there's super galaxies, which is like a web of them. And then we just basically there's webs of galaxies, and
Yeah.
each galaxy is millions or billions
Yeah.
of stars and planets and solar systems.
They could have a black hole that with some other
Bro,
another
and even
galaxy.
the
in it.
reality's so trippy, bro. If space is truly infinite, every fucking possibility of everything ever exists. And it's so trippy because we're just so used to thinking linear time. But it's like, bro,
Time doesn't exist though. It's a man-made.
It's relative.
It's a man-made.
It's relative. It's a
construction.
measurement. Yeah, it's a construct of the mind.
Yes.
So it's really just infinite everything for infinite with outside of time and everything. It's so crazy. It's.
I feel like the fabric of life too.
I feel like I do get it.
It is a fabric in a way because it can be manipulated, and it's about like what you can like tap into in a way. Like I feel like our brains, we still don't even understand the human brain. And I'm a person who has suffered from traumatic brain injury where my shit got fucked. I had pieces of my eye socket of bones go into my brain, and I had to have brain surgery, 200 plus staples in my head, and then I have a plate in my forehead. So like
Crazy.
after that happened, I thought I was fucked. I was like, I'm gonna be like vegetable state, or I'm gonna be slower. And for a
Human body's resilient.
while there, dude, I did have a speech impediment. I talked too fast, and my thoughts were racing
to
too
rewire
much.
your brain,
I had to rewire my brain, and I taught myself that.
Yep.
And music helped me do that by learning how to freestyle, learning how to put words together, learning how to construct
actually
your
good, too.
thoughts in a way.
Yeah. Trent had brain damage. He broke his face and shit. My brother Trent broke his face. He lost like his two fingers on this hand, on his right hand are like this, so he can't move them or not. His shit's fucked up and it goes
Damn.
all through his arm into his spine.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. And then
I'm
Josh,
so lucky to be alive.
brain surgery. I almost had a plate in my head. I injured myself. My doctor said if I would have hit my head any harder, I would have had a plate in my head.
That's rough.
But to kind of like just backpedal a little bit, yeah. So like with all these things, with the ancient cultures, and like I believe we were a super intelligent. There's life all over the universe. I do believe super intelligent race. Like maybe there is an indigenous humanoid that evolved with life on this planet. I think evolution is pretty apparent to me right now. Whether it's to the extent that science teaches it or not, evolution has definitely occurred and taken place on this planet.
Things morph and change.
Fungi, bro. We're closer related to fungi from a DNA standpoint than like
100%.
Even animals.
Yeah.
So I think animals. I think the biodiversity here. I truly believe that other humanoid type beings came here, maybe from multiple different civilizations. And then they basically integrated, breeded, and or spliced DNA because, bro, do you know the advancements that we've been making in DNA?
Yeah, like with CRISPR?
With CRISPR, and...
genetically modified DNA to where you can pick what DNA strands you want. Like you can create, you can create whoever you want, like a 7-foot Yao Ming.
And you know what they're doing?
Matter.
They're literally mapping the entire human genome.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means, basically? It's basically they're breaking the entire DNA sequence down and figuring out exactly where they're code breaking it to where it's like, okay, we know exactly what every combination of this code, what gene it's for. So it's like we know exactly, and just so they can do just that. You can have a 7-foot tall Yao Ming with blue eyes and fucking purple hair and that glows in the dark. And that has no genetic diseases whatsoever and is completely immune. You know what I mean?
We're creating
now, don't get me wrong.
A new race almost.
Oh yeah, many.
Yeah.
Bro, you're gonna have cat dogs and all type of
cat dogs.
Biodiversity is probably gonna explode.
Oh yeah.
But there's also a lot of problems that could come with it. There's a lot of things, and if you edit what they call the germline, then anything you do can get passed down to every generation after that. So there's major implications for tampering with this type of things. And
it's playing God in a way.
Yeah, so people have the moral issue too, right? It's like the scientific advancements in the how you can remove diabetes from your family and cancer from your family and all this shit. But at the same time, you could give motherfuckers genetic disorders that we didn't even know. There could be problems could crop up and rise up where it's like, damn, deformities, and you just never know.
Yeah,
that's uncharted territory. You know what I mean?
Dude, the other day I saw this video of this family, and I believe it was like somewhere in Pennsylvania, and they were like an inbred family, like generations and generations passed down of inbreeding, and like this guy was documenting and like filming them, and like you can just see the difference between like their human characteristics versus a normal human characteristics like us. Like, well, obviously we're not normal, we're crazy, but like just basic human the way we interact. Like they just look different, and they act different, they sound different, they carry themselves different, and it's kind of a weird thing because anything that's almost human-like but slightly different in our mind rewired, it's like that's something creepy and different. Like we can't handle that.
What did you think about it?
I take people for who they are and what they are. I don't judge. I was like, that's sad. Like that's different, and it's like
why is it sad? Why is it?
I don't know, because they don't get
people like fuck their family
because they just don't like. Those people down the line don't get the chance to live a not normal life, but like the chance to like be a regular human being where you can talk and you can walk and you can have personality. It is weird.
It's like, why is it weird? Like, yeah, because inbred motherfuckers look weird and sound weird, and like, I don't know. I'm not, no shade to no inbred motherfuckers, because I don't mean to say it like that.
I just brought it up because we're talking about like DNA and genetics.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
It's
interesting.
Crazy. It's
very interesting. But like, damn, if you think about it, when we went back to the first ancestors, like, how did they do it?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
we're all from somewhere else.
That's what I'm saying, and that goes back to the alien thing of like, bro, I think there's different types of human. They found another species of human.
Oh, I bet they did. They
just did it over in Russia, bro, or some shit. It's
I think I heard something about that.
What's it called? Like,
I don't
so
remember
there's
the
Homo
name.
sapien.
Yes.
We're Homo sapien.
Not Neanderthal.
Denovian? Denovian or some shit like that.
Denovans or something like that. Yeah,
something
I know
like
what you're
that.
talking about.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. I've heard Rogan say something about it.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
And they're like thicker,
and bro,
sturdier
you know that
they
found those skulls with the elongated skulls, like the skulls
Yeah.
like King Tut.
Yeah.
In Egypt, bro, he had one of those, bro. Like, well, come on, bro.
How do you think they moved the pyramids? They don't even have trees around there.
I think
They don't have anything to
I
pull
think there might have been
stones.
giants, bro. Because look at all those giant statues, and look at all these megalithic structures. How is
Yeah.
that getting put there unless you have like huge fucking men that are kind of unfathomably
Yeah,
big?
like a 15-foot, 400-pound, 600-pound
Bro, if
dude
you
who
had
can
a
like
bunch of
bench
those-
press 20,000 pounds.
if you had a bunch of those with big ass trees for sticks and like prying shit up and like
Yeah.
all that one, I don't know, bro.
Well, they have found giant human skeletons, and it's kind of been
Right.
somewhat covered up like
Right.
a conspiracy in a
Right.
way. But
Bro.
if you see pictures of it, that shit's real, bro. Those people are like
Oh, yeah.
15 feet tall,
And
man.
you know
It's
what?
giants.
I was telling
Need some water real quick.
telling Coots and Trent this shit the other day. Like I've been telling a lot of people this because I want people to know, like,
H2O.
I truly believe that we're gonna go through a fucking paradigm, a crazy paradigm shift in society, like as human beings, like, because just think about
Ooh,
this, right?
okay.
Yeah,
Let's get with it.
I want to express this one because I'm talking about something major that shifts the minds of people, not something like, okay, like war breaks out and it's just like apocalyptic. I'm not necessarily talking like that. Like that could too.
Yeah.
That could be an option.
Yeah.
But like, just imagine this, right? Like, what if we really made contact with extraterrestrials publicly? Like, that's mind shattering, bro. For a lot of people, bro. For people, religious motherfuckers, that's mind shattering. For people that just, for skeptics and and all this shit, bro.
I feel-
Okay, if
yeah.
we really made public contact, like a race of aliens came here, like that would
Shift.
change
Yes.
shit, bro.
Yes.
Or if like we literally like Bob Lazar
Yeah.
was talking about the
S4.
anti-gravity reactors that
Yes.
he's working on and shit.
Yes.
Like what if some technology like that came out, or like some Tony Stark shit where like
Yeah.
somebody figured out how to get it this big and you could put it in any fucking car or device and just fucking float up and
Yeah.
control your every fucking move. If somebody did that and it like came into the mainstream hands of everyday
It would
motherfuckers,
change the world and the way
that's what
we
I'm
all
saying.
move,
That's
the way
what I'm
everything
saying,
is
bro.
transported.
It would change everything.
Everything.
Like the limitless pill or the fucking the Power, the movie Power.
Yeah, with
So there's
Jamie Foxx,
pretty
right?
much everything you see in the movies and how that shit happens, bro. If anything like that ever does really happen, which is pretty much a certainty to me at this
Yeah.
point, with all the people, collective consciousness manifesting it and thinking about it and pulling this shit towards us. As a planet and as a species, we're also in the red zone with with the collapse of biodiversity, with the soil losing all of the fucking carbon. It's
the
causing the
nutrients and
planet
shit
to
inside of it.
overheat, global warming. The polar ice caps melting, gonna raise the fucking global sea level all around the world.
We got a lot going on.
Bro,
But-
plastic filling up every fucking water hole in the entire world, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Thylids, plastics in our water, plastics in everything.
Right.
Apparently we eat like a credit card sized piece
Oh
of plastic
my
every
God,
single week
I
because it's
know,
plastics in
bro.
everything. Men's taints are getting smaller. Testicles are getting smaller.
Oh my God,
And that's all
people
been
are
passed
getting
down
all
and
types of
scientifically
cancers,
proven.
Genetically modified
Yeah,
fruits and vegetables
it's fucking
because
with
the
us.
fruits are getting diseases and dying off.
Yeah, it's fucking with us.
And I ain't gonna lie, bro. What I truly believe happened, and Joe Rogan and a lot of the people he talks to, like Graham Hancock,
Neil deGrasse.
a lot of these people. There's so do you know what the Younger Dryas is? It's like a period of time. So basically, there's a lot of evidence coming out in the geological record and people that have been studying the Earth and the effects of the Earth.
Yeah.
Because basically, we had all these ancient civilizations, right? But we're like, where the fuck are they? But what they are starting to believe is that they think that an asteroid or a big comet or something smacked into the Earth and destroyed all, like it was a planet fucking killer. Just you seen the movie Don't Look Up?
No, not yet.
You
I have not seen it
got
yet.
to watch that.
Yeah?
It's fucking awesome. It's hilarious
Okay.
too. Leonardo DiCaprio and a bunch of actors in that one. Yeah. Don't Look Up. Go watch it because it's basically they discover a comet coming towards the Earth, and it's got like 6 months to hit the planet, bro. And
There's nothing you can do. You can't shoot
and
on that.
it's hilarious though. It's like an over the top comedy
Yeah.
too. You gotta watch it.
Okay.
But they
I'm gonna have to
believe
check that out.
They basically, I think it was like 12,000 years ago, and like nothing I say, don't take it. Do your own research. I'm not an
Yes.
expert. I'm mostly just regurgitating things that I'm watching.
We're just
from-
stoned and we're just talking.
No,
some
but it's
cool
real shit though. I pay attention to shit. I'm observing. I'm a human
Yeah,
being,
dude.
man. Like,
I mean, it's
I
cool
care about
because
this
it's out
place.
there.
Earth
It's
place.
important for us
Club
humans
Earth.
to always take in that information and look at it for what it is, not really like putting your what would you call it? Like your deep, like I don't know, man, like your whole religion behind it, or having a one-way look at it. Like, you look at it from all angles.
I've been very grateful to have seen a lot of this earth, so I know how beautiful and awesome it is and firsthand, and I want to keep this thing around as long as fucking possible.
Yeah.
I really care about it. It's God's most beautiful creation. But I'll say this, right, is like, damn, what were we just talking about? I just lost my train of thought. The weed hit me. Right before that, the comet hitting the Earth. So they think comet hit the Earth, wiped out all civilizations and everything, right? And it's also crazy because a lot of these ancient civilizations, even like the ones that we study in the more recent past, like the Mayans with their Mayan calendar, which was they've figured out is actually an Olmec calendar. The Olmecs were an older civilization, but they said that
Unaki.
like a lot of these ancient civilizations built additions onto these already ancient sites. And we were thinking like they built it all, but why is it really good down here? And the higher it gets up, it gets like less and less quality. The craftsmanship gets less and less. The stones are smaller, more mortars and shit like that. When people are laying 20-ton stones, 100, crazy amounts of weight on perfectly laser cut precision, no mortar, no nothing, just like, this is insanely precise work and shit, that's just unfathomable how we could have achieved it at that time.
I just think this world and this earth, there's so many cool, interesting things, especially like the ocean. We've only studied like 10 to 20% of the ocean. Like, we find a new species like every other day.
And like the alien thing too, right? Like, how did ancient cultures know so much about the stars?
Yeah.
They knew the exact sequence. They know the exact sequences of all the fucking planets and their rotations and their moons, and they know the
eclipses, the way the moon,
the equinoxes, the precession of the equinox, which is the slight wobble that gives us 4 seasons because it just like changes like that. Bro, that's a 38,000 year process. Like, to observe that. You know what I'm saying? But think about this, right? I was thinking about this the other day. If you were another civilization on a far distant planet, and you were an advanced civilization with hella knowledge, and had evolved for a long time, just like we have now.
And then you had the Balbazar
Well,
crafts.
just think about this. We're looking out like this, doing all this, right?
Yeah.
But if you think about it, what if like they're all the way there? They're looking this way, bro. They have a whole different perspective. They can see Earth. They can see everything revolving around it. With if they got crazier telescopes than us, micron laser light telescopes where they can just see everything that's going on down here.
They could be like a little 3D projector that they can like control. They're seeing it
from a whole different perspective that we don't even really think is. It doesn't even register because we're only right here.
We don't even know if it's possible.
But think about that. And then what if aliens came here and gave these ancient cultures all this fucking knowledge and breeded with them and shit? Like, it's the same thing we would do if we went to another country, like back in the day when we came over to America and we started breeding and doing all this shit with the Indians. It was a whole different type of species of human to us for the Europeans and shit like that when we came over here.
I got an idea. Check this out, right? The ancient civilization that's millions of years old, but they're super intellectual beings that we can't even fathom, right? And it's called planet jumping. They jump from planet to planet and they drop their seeds.
Oh, yeah.
And the next thing you know, that planet is going to figure it out one way or another down the road from the civilization and evolution. And then they're going to connect again and then just keep on jumping from planet to planet. And then it just grows as one big...
Oh, that is some...
I just thought of that.
That's the real shit, though.
But what if? You never know.
Yeah, and I think Earth is just like this young little sprout of a tree planet. It's just like this little abundant little fucking drop of blue and green, right? So it's just so fertile.
A little gumdrop.
It's like people are just... It's almost like spaceships are the fucking like semen coming here and they're just fucking dropping it on the egg. And life is just growing and unfurling in infinite ways from the micro to the macro.
Speaking of like elements and stuff, what we were saying earlier, like with Balbazar, they're talking about element 115, this element that is like the fuel source of the anti-gravity
It wasn't even on the periodic table of the elements at the time.
They created it with like a particle accelerator smashing together at like thousands of miles per hour, and it created it for a couple milliseconds.
Right, and they couldn't even like stabilize it and use it like in the same way.
It's unstabilized. So like with what Balbazar was saying, he had the stabilized version to where that's how they had this craft. Right. To where it's pretty much flipping gravity 180 degrees, and it has its own force field. And once you have that,
reversing the polarity of gravity, like
it's bending the time and fabric continuum to where you can just
that's
you shoot a hole through the galaxy.
Like Taj was saying this on his podcast too, right? It's like when Taz Raw, he was saying like back in the day, bro, if we told motherfuckers that we was gonna pick up this little sheet of glass and fucking jump on a video with someone in China and talk to them, that was magic. And that was like, dude, that
100 years ago, that wasn't possible.
That's what I'm talking about. Paradigm shifts, bro. This is a paradigm shift from where we were at just 100 years ago, bro. Not even 45, 50 years ago.
Yes.
Bro, like when I was a kid, this shit wasn't. You couldn't video chat with people.
You had a fucking little deck tape with like an old Sony camcorder,
Man,
and you had to put it into like a converter and a VHS, and then you put it in the TV, and it has that scratchy film look over it. That was when I was growing up. Now you got 8K, 22K, and like 1,000 gigabytes for 1 second. Like what the fuck?
This has been one of the greatest fucking. This is one of my favorite podcasts so far. We've been getting into it. To be honest, my timer just went off, so we're at about that time.
Perfect, bro.
But yeah, it's
dope kicking it with you, man. Thank you so much for inviting me up here, and
for real,
we can just pick right back up from where we left off and come up with our new process and stuff that we got going on, so we can help each other out and just keep on growing, creating, and just being an amazing human being.
Yeah, dude.
And just giving love and positivity to the earth.
Hell yeah, awesome friend, father, fucking creator, man.
Camo James,
I'm honored to be your friend, bro.
You as well, bro.
Straight up. So yeah, Camo James, Camo Roast Films on YouTube and shit. You can look him out. Media. Look him up. We're definitely gonna be putting hella workout videos. I'm gonna drop this podcast. We're gonna do some 608 basements.
And then we're gonna talk about that documentary coming up soon.
Yup, documentary headlining Vibe High Festival in September.
Oh yeah.
Couple shows coming up. Opening up for Kasky and Doobie here in a couple weeks.
Yup.
So you gonna see us. This is the core team right here. So you can count on us.
Absolutely. Thank you again, guys, for watching.
Hell yeah.
Everybody have a good rest of your day.
815. You a legend and you know it, boy.
You a legend and you know it, boy. You got the game in your hands. You see the vision in the plans. You a legend and you know it, boy. I know you really want it bad. You never leave it up to chance. You a legend and you know it, boy. You gotta show them how to act. Love it when they tell me that I can't. You a legend and you know it, boy. Know your name will never die. Just keep working on your mind. You a legend and you know it.